Hello students, welcome to today's class. In this class, we are going to learn what is voice, types of voice, how we change from passive to active and vice versa. Students, let us see what is voice. The quality of the verb which lends importance to the action or the doer of the action is called voice. So what happens? Sometimes the verb shows the importance of the action. Okay, and sometimes it shows the importance of the doer of the action. Doer of the action means the one who is doing the action. For example, Tom writes a letter. Here in this sentence, Tom is given importance, right? That is active voice. Again, if I say a letter is written by Tom, so here Tom is not given importance, but the action is given importance, okay? So students, let us see the types of voice. There are two types of voice, active voice and passive voice. The first is active voice. The form of the verb which shows importance of its subject as the active doer of the action is called active voice. So let us take an example, the same example. Tom writes a letter. So the form of the verb which shows importance of its subject as the active doer of the action is called active voice. That means when emphasis is given on the subject, the one who does the action, that is called what? Active voice. So you can see the example that was given to you earlier. Tom writes a letter. In this sentence, who is given importance? It is Tom, the one who is doing the action. Who is writing the letter? Tom is writing the letter. So in this sentence, the emphasis is on the word Tom. So it is called active voice. The form of the verb which shows the importance of action rather than the subject is called passive voice. A letter is written by Tom. Now, the form of the verb which shows the importance of action rather than the subject is called passive voice. So here you see emphasis is not on the doer of the action. It is where it shows the importance of the action. One who is doing the action is not important here, but the action is important. You see the example? A letter is written by Tom. Here the action, what is the action? The writing of the letter. That part is given more importance than the person who is doing the action. Okay, Tom is here not important. He is thrown to the background. What is important? The action that he is writing the letter. So now let us look at some rules of changing passive voice to active and active voice to passive. The passive voice is formed by using appropriate forms of the verb to be with the third form of the verb. So again, taking the same example, Tom writes a letter. Here, if you change to passive, a letter is written by Tom. So appropriate forms of the verb to be is, was, plus third form of the verb is written. Third form, you know, verbs has three forms. So do, did, done, write, wrote, written. Okay, so third form of the verb is used. The object takes the place of the subject. So here Tom writes a letter. Tom is the subject, and when it is changed to passive, the subject becomes the object. Next, the subject is either left out or mentioned at the end as an agent of the action done. Again, coming back to Tom, Tom writes a letter. A letter is written by Tom. He is the agent. It comes right at the back. Sometimes the agent is also left out. Okay? The verb does not change its tense. So in case of voice, you see that the verb does not change. For example, I read a poem. A poem is read by me. So if it is in the present tense, suppose active voice is in the present tense, when you change it to passive, the tense remains the same. It does not change into past tense or future tense. Okay. But in case of narration, what happens? The tense changes. The preposition by is used to show the subject as an agent. Sometimes other prepositions are used. Normally, by is used. This work is done by him. By is the preposition normally used to show that the work is done by the agent. But other prepositions like with, at, to, all these are also used, okay, in place of by. Then prepositions already attached with the verb in the active voice are not dropped while using by. So by will remain. In the passive voice, by will remain. But if there are other prepositions, for example, like alarmed at, so some prepositions are already attached with that, and in that case, when we change it into passive voice, those prepositions are not dropped, okay? Now some rules of changing voice, okay. The first one is in case of present indefinite tense, that is simple present tense which we call, okay. In the present indefinite tense, passive voice is formed by using is, am or are before the third form of the verb. That means is, am or are plus third form of the verb. I already told you what is third form of the verb. So look at the sentence. He scolds me. So now we change it to passive. I am. Am is or are. Am is or are. That is I am scolded. Scolded is third form of the verb. Scold, scolded, scolded. By him. By him is the agent. Okay. You can either drop the agent, or if you want it, you can keep it as it is. In the present continuous tense, passive voice is formed by using is or am or are plus being plus third form of the verb. So the example is, she is stitching a shirt. So she plus, that is am or are or is, plus being plus third form of the verb. So now when you change it to passive voice, a shirt is. So according to the pattern, according to the rule, is, am or are plus being, B-I-N-G, being, plus third form stitch, stitched, stitched. So stitched by her. By her is the agent. So a shirt is being stitched by her. The rule is am, is or are plus being plus third form of the verb. Okay. In the present perfect tense, passive voice is formed by using have or has plus been plus third form of the verb. Look at this example. Have you read this story? This is a question, okay? Have you read this story? So now we change it to passive voice. So instead of have, we have to write has, okay? Has this story. Why has? Because we use has with the third person, isn't it? Has this story been, according to the pattern, it is been read by you. Read is third form of the verb. Read, read, read. Read, read, read. Pronunciation is different, but spelling is the same. So has this story been read by you? So you can see here that there is no change of tense. Tense remains the same. In the past indefinite tense, passive voice is formed by using was or were plus third form of the verb. Example, who taught you Hindi? So you look at this form, by whom were you taught Hindi? So what is it? We have to use was or were plus third form of the verb. So by whom were you taught Hindi? Taught, third form of the verb. Clear? In the past continuous tense, passive voice is formed by using was or were plus being plus third form of the verb. So continuous, you know, in continuous tense, it's always being, okay? Being should be there. So look at example. Were they playing chess? It is in a continuous form. This is in an active voice. So you change it to passive. Was chess. So chess, it's a third person singular. So it should be the was, not were. So was chess being played by them? By them is the agent. Okay? Clear? Now coming to past perfect tense. In the past perfect tense, passive voice is formed by using had plus been plus third form of the verb. Now look at example. I had sold my cow. So it is in the active voice. You just change to passive. So what is the form? Is formed by using had. Had should be there, been should be there, and then the third form of the verb. So my cow had been sold by me. So I had sold, so by me. By me is the agent. Okay. In future indefinite tense, passive voice is formed by using will plus be plus third form of the verb. So let us look at the example. He will do it. So it is an active voice. He will do it. So what will be the passive voice? As per the rule, will plus be plus third form of the verb. Now, it will plus be. It will be done. Third form of the verb, done by him. By whom? By him. Okay. In future perfect tense, passive voice is formed by using shall or will plus have been plus third form of the verb. Now look at the example. Who will have done this job? So it is in the active voice. We change it to passive. By whom will this job have been done? So as per the rule, will or shall plus have plus been plus third form of the verb. Let us look at some other rules. In case of a complex sentence, the voice of both the principal and the subordinate clause should be changed. Okay. So the example is, it is said that the tree is known by its fruits. So what happens in a complex sentence? There is a one principal clause and one or more subordinate clauses. So when you are changing from active to passive or passive to active, you have to change both the parts, right? So look at this sentence. It is said that the tree is known by its fruits. So here what is the subject? Who say? People say, he says, she says, they say. So let us make it people. People say that a tree is known by its fruits means who knows? We know, she knows. So we know a tree by its fruits. Clear? So we have changed both the parts in this sentence. In case of an imperative sentence, the pattern is let plus object plus be plus past participle plus extension. So now look at the example. Shut the door. Okay. Now change it. What is the pattern? Let plus object. Object is the door. Plus be. Be is there. Shut past participle. If there is any other word after the past participle, you can add it. Clear? Now the next. Some quasi-passive verbs. So this is something new to you. Quasi-passive means they are active in form, okay, and passive in sense. In sense they are passive, but in form they are active. Like look at this example. Your concept will be clear. Honey tastes sweet. Okay, you change it. Honey is sweet when it is tasted. Next example. The house is building. So you change it. The house is being built. Okay. Now look at these sentences. There are some more. Okay. A promise should be kept. So here, who is the subject? Or what is the subject? So you can introduce one on your own. One should keep one's promise. Okay. Look at the next sentence. I am obliged to go. Who or what compel me to go? Who obliged me to go? You can introduce a subject. Circumstances obliged me to go. So if you get sentences like this, you are to change it from active to passive or passive to active that way. Okay.